You have one new message. Translating. Disney and Pixar's Hoppers is now available on Disney+.
You could say that again.
Critics are calling it Pixar's funniest movie ever and a wildly entertaining ride. Blizzard Potato. It's certified fresh and verified hot.
Now we party.
This is incredible!
Wow, I am clearing the rest of the day.
Disney and Pixar's Hoppers, now available on Disney+. Rated PG.
This episode is brought to you by Redfin. You're listening to a podcast, which means you're probably multitasking. Maybe even scrolling home listings on Redfin, saving homes without expecting to get them. But Redfin isn't just built for endless browsing. It's built to help you find and own a home. With agents who close twice as many deals, when you find the one, you've got a real shot at getting it. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
Study and play come together on a Windows 11 PC. And for a limited time, college students get the best of both worlds. Get the Unreal College Deal. Everything you need to study and play with select Windows 11 PCs. Eligible students get a year of Microsoft 365 Premium and a year of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate with a custom color Xbox wireless controller. Learn more at windows.com/student offer. While supplies last. Ends June 30th. Terms at aka.ms/collegepc.
Hey, Matt.
Hey!
This episode is one of the least SEO-friendly episodes I've ever named, but I'm literally calling it Al Show Appearances We Missed. So this is a collection of, like, stuff that maybe should have been in a mailbox or should have been somewhere that just kind of got overlooked as we were winding down in these giant, now we're in like giant gaps between albums world where it's like we can't sit there and watch 6 years worth of Al TV appearances for the mailbag episodes. So
yes,
we've compiled it into this. And this is kind of also a little bit of a sneak peek of what the like Al in the year 2015, Al in the year 2016 episodes are going to be like. Which is that
pretty much, right?
Yeah, this is either going to be really, really long or really, really short, and we're not sure quite how it's going to play out.
Yeah, we don't really know. The one thing I do know is that Matt sent me a very long list of links of things to watch, and it's this funny thing of, like, in certain cases, it's like, oh, it's this show Al was on for under 1 minute.
Yeah. Most of it, honestly.
A lot of it is, yeah. There's a couple recurring characters here, which is exciting. It'll be fun to talk about. But yeah, I mean, this is just... we've said it before, like just a time now where all of these like creators out in the world making shows and they want to work with Al and Al wants to work back, it seems. So
Exactly.
He's doing all of these great appearances. It's really fun. I mean, I had a blast watching through it all. It was a lot of stuff, but I'm excited to talk about at least some of this.
Well, okay, so here's what we're going to do. I think we're going to start with a reoccurring character, and then we'll do a bunch of the like quick appearances, and then we'll end with a reoccurring character. And
that sounds good.
Let's start with something that I had no clue existed: Word Girl, where Al showed up 3 different times on this show, and I have to say, I didn't hate Word Girl, but I feel like Word Girl would have been better served as like a 2-minute short in like a Sesame Street type show than like a narrative 30-minute.
It is kind of amazing that it is a full ass show.
Yeah, like
because it's a very educational show. It is a superhero girl who does have legitimate powers, it seems. Like she can fly, she's got some laser vision thing going on. But it seems like her primary interest in life is just grammar.
Yeah, which makes sense. I mean, right out the gate makes sense why Al was maybe drawn to doing
Al
this show.
being involved in this. I love Al being involved in this. But yeah, it's a very kind of transparently educational show. At the top of each episode, they straight up just tell you, like here are the words we're focusing on in this episode. And, I hate to feel like I'm dunking on it. Like I really did like the Weird Al show a lot.
Yeah.
But we watched these other things, and as much as I didn't, I'm not gonna go back and watch all this Word Girl, But I am struck by the idea of like, I actually feel like once again, this show unfortunately does maybe a better job at combining the education and the entertainment.
Well, especially, maybe, I didn't get to experience all 8 seasons of Word Girl. That's right. I believe it ran for 8 seasons. I saw
Incredible.
on Wikipedia.
That's crazy.
But I think that Al is perfectly cast as his villain character, the Learnerer. Who's like, his power is that he watches something happen and can memorize everything that happens so that he has a defense for it in the future.
Yeah, he's a fast learner. That's his power.
But also he struggles with the appropriate amount of suffixes to words, which drives Word Girl absolutely bonkers.
I know. It's like her kryptonite is that his grammar is so bad that she just like, like she's like, I can't handle. I have to say, like, kudos to Al, because he does this so smoothly. Like, this character mispronounces so many words, and Al really makes it sound very natural.
Yeah.
Basically, he keeps adding a double suffix to the end of words, so like a learnerer, or he'll be like, I'm bringing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just keeps like adding the suffix twice at the end, but he makes it sound really smooth. Like, he does it in sentences very fast in this show. I'm like, wow, that was probably like, he probably had to really like, there's like very tongue twistery moments in this, and he makes it sound very natural. It's not forced.
He does.
It's just like he just does not know how to say these words correctly.
He showed up 3 times. The first time, it's basically just us learning about the Learnerer.
Yes.
The only thing that I put down here is that there's a B plot in this, which is that Word Girl's secret identity person, who I think his name is Becky. I can't remember what her name is. But her brother runs the Word Girl fan club, and him and his friend are going to meet Word Girl, but he doesn't want his sister mucking things up. But the mom is like, you let your sister do things. And I find it hilarious. This is like one of those classic kid show logic things where I'm like, this brother is the biggest Word Girl fan in the world, but has not once been suspicious that Word Girl seems to be the only other person in town that has a pet monkey.
I mean, there are some real similarities. Yes, and I love, again, it's like one of the most tried and true comedy premises, right? The whole like, oh no, this girl needs to be at the Word Girl party, but also needs to appear at the party as Word Girl. How can she be in 2 places at once? And she gets to do the classic, like, I'm going to duck out and get some snacks. I love, she's also like doing the real sister thing where like her brother puts on this event for Word Girl and she shows up and she was like, Word Girl is going to hate these snacks.
Yeah.
She's like, you did a bad job picking snacks. And the brother's like, oh my God, did I really?
Yeah. He's like, no, I didn't. I didn't do a bad job. You're trying to trick me.
I'm going to go get the snacks that Word Girl likes. And then, of course, while she's gone, Word Girl appears and she's like, oh, I saw your sister at the store picking out all of my favorite snacks. And again, I laugh. There's moments of this that were really funny. It's very over the top and silly, but it got a laugh out of me.
Did you clock who was the voice of the narrator?
Oh God. I felt like I did, and now I did not write it down, though. Who was it?
It's Chris Parnell.
Chris Parnell. That's right.
And
yes.
he delivers some very, like, kid jokes, like, to perfection. And one of my favorite ones is at the end of this first episode, the Word Girl realizes that the Learnerer does not even factor in the monkey at all because he's like, the monkey is no threat to me.
Yes.
So she looks at the monkey and gives like a 3, and the monkey nods, and then the monkey pushes Al's character, the Learnerer, off of the treehouse, and he lands on a gigantic, elaborate slip and slide that sends him straight into the back of a police truck. And the narrator goes, Plan B is giant, elaborate slipping slide.
A slippery slide, yeah. Like the secret plan number 3. They just like do oh yeah, that's just build a slide that transports the bad guy to the jail truck. Yeah, that was really funny. I forgot about that. Yeah, again, it's just this like just enough self-awareness and comedy for an adult who might be watching, like the absurdity of it, like really shines through.
You'll get a smile. Like that's
absolutely,
all it's really aiming to do. Is it just wants you to like smile and enjoy yourself enough. The
Exactly.
The second segment I thought was really fun.
Yes.
where the learner helps a supervillain that no one respects named Rope Guy.
The amazing rope guy.
The amazing rope guy. He escapes from prison, and the learner has him rob a bank. But he's like, don't worry, you're going to get caught. But now that we have an escape from the prison, you can just keep escaping. And there's this hilarious bit where the warden is like, if he escaped, I'll eat my hat. And he keeps escaping, and he keeps eating new hats every single time.
You keep cutting to the warden like halfway through eating a hat. He's like, oh, this is the 4th hat I've had to eat this week. It's really, and he's just like exhausted from eating hats. And of course, these prisoners have burrowed a tunnel that is also the most contrived. Like they keep showing the tunnel, and it's this insane up, down, left, right. It's all over the place underground.
There's even a point where he acknowledges, like, wouldn't it be easier to just go straight up?
It's like, what if we just go straight to the surface? Like, no, it's got to go this way. And then they just keep hiding it behind a poster. Like, no one is looking behind the poster. It's like, how do these guys keep escaping? I don't know. And this warden's just eating hats. He's not looking in the cells for how these people are escaping. He's just actively eating hats every day.
It is funnier than it has any right being,
it's
honestly. Great. And then we get a guest appearance of one of the people he robs is H. John Benjamin.
H. John Benjamin. Oh, as soon as I hear that voice, I feel safe. What a guy.
But then, of course, Lerner keeps taking Rope Guy to all these different places to rob. And then on the 4th attempt, Rope Guy realizes that his escape path has been sealed. And there's a message from the Lerner basically being like, hey, thanks for showing me how to properly rob all those places. Now I'm going to go do it by myself, and you don't get anything.
Yes.
But I love how Word Girl beats the Learnerer this time around, which is that she realizes that he only has defensive fight moves because he learns how you fight and then knows how to defend himself. So she's like, well, I'm just going to let you attack me first. He's like, well, no, you need to attack. And they kind of just get into like a you hang up, no, you hang up type situation.
It was super smart. She like beats him with logic. It was very good. Again, for like an educational show for kids, that was a pretty solid lesson in there. I was like, yeah, that's smart.
And then that's pretty much the rope guy one other escapes and causes Lerner to get caught, basically. But
the one other line from that I love, the amazing rope guy, when he's like stuck in prison now and he can't get out. And he is saying to, I think it's Word Girl, how he's so upset because he's like, the Learner promised that we were going to do this together and we were going to divvy up the winnings. But the worst part is I don't even know what the word divvy means.
Yeah,
and then she has to explain that divvy means to divide the money across the people. But I just love the idea. This guy's like, oh, if you stick with me, we'll divvy up the winnings. And this guy at the end is like, I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, he's just like, all right, I like doing things.
That just made me laugh too. I was like, yeah, again, funny moments in this. I was impressed.
I was surprised. I did not. Yeah. I thought that this was going to be a miserable experience. Actually.
No, yeah, it really was not bad.
Yeah, I was like, I'm having fun with this. And then the last one, I actually wrote the least amount of notes about the third Word Girl segment, but I also think it's probably my favorite one because the Learner and Word Girl almost bond in this episode. They're bonding over the fact that neither one of them can understand art. But it's only when the Learner decides that he's going to destroy the art to try to understand it that Word Girl's able to realize the value of art is the people who make it. And it is like I like this little lesson about, listen, shocker that the two guys who care very much about like music, film, and podcasting like a show where the message is like, it's good to make art. But
it's also, again, it makes a really like nuanced and smart point here.
Yeah.
Like this is because it is actually a legitimately difficult. I mean, grown ass adults have these arguments to this day. She's like, I don't understand. Like, how is it good? Like, what makes art good? How do I know if something is good versus something is bad? And the people kind of keep saying to her, like, well, you're going to just know when you see it. Like, it's hard to describe. And then Word Girl, another thing I love, someone who's obsessed with words, she is annoyed that there are not sufficient words to explain this.
Yes.
She wants there to be just a way to define this more clearly. And the fact that people are telling her there's not, she's like, what are you talking about? Like, of course there has to be.
Yeah.
Words do everything. And then in the moment when the Learner is destroying the art, and he is destroying the art in the name of trying to understand it.
Yeah.
she one of the things he's going to destroy is a piece by Word Girl's friend. And Word Girl's like, no, you can't destroy that. You can't destroy it. And he's like, why? She's like, because my friend painted that, and it means a lot to her, and it's very special to me. And suddenly it clicks. It was like, oh, that's the value of art.
Yeah.
That's the power of art. So all of a sudden she's like, oh no, I would be devastated if something happened to this because it's important to me.
Yeah.
And it was just honestly like a legitimately beautiful and poignant way to make that case for a child. I was very struck by how thoughtful that was.
Yeah. No, this was, like I said, I wrote very little notes on it, but I think it was my favorite of the three for all of the reasons you're saying. It just was like, I was like, this really just like kind of made me go like, oh, because the first couple episodes, I'm like, I don't think I would ever like actively recommend this show to the kids that I live with.
Sure.
But I'm like, you know what? This is doing some interesting new, like you said, nuanced things for a kid's show.
Yes.
On like these deeper, more complicated questions.
Yeah, it definitely feels like they're really trying to, and like to go back to the a reference to the Weird Al show earlier, and just to connect to or to finalize that point, because I think this is the reality is that the Weird Al show, I don't think Al really wanted to be educational and be trying to land these messages, which is why every time he does it, it feels very forced and very shoehorned in. And this show really feels like it is very smartly starting with a message and then coming up with a way to tell this story in a way that's still like fun for a kid and even for an adult, because it's not, it doesn't feel like you're just sitting through some lesson. It has enough comedy in it and enough just like weird, surreal moments. The only real note I actually had for that episode is I loved the friend who's the artist of Word Girl. Whoever is doing the voice for that character is really good and is playing it like a weird kind of quirky art student in school. And she delivers every line in this very weird kind of like almost like borderline Daria.
Yeah.
Like, and after, again, Lernerer is the one who steals all the art at the beginning, right? Like, because he's trying to understand it. So Lernerer steals all the art from the school because he's going to figure out how art works and then make it himself. And that girl, like reflecting on it, she's just kind of staring off into space, and she delivers this line in such a fun way. She's just like, "Who would steal art from a school?" Like that, like just try like this, like the way she delivers that line is so great. I'm not doing it justice, but it was really, really funny. Like just, I don't know, every episode had at least a couple moments where I was like really engaged, which for an educational show for small children, I was impressed.
Yeah, no, like I said, I was kind of dreading Word Girl, and I was pleasantly surprised, especially when I was like, there's 3 of these we have to watch.
Yeah, exactly.
Now let's get into these like quick 10 seconds to a minute.
10 seconds of Al, lightning round.
But probably the funniest one, we'll start with, listen, we're going to keep going in 2027, and 2 of my dream guests are Garfunkel and Oates. But this episode called
Seems
Third
doable.
Member, never watched the actual Garfunkel and Oates TV show, but we get this very quick Al cameo, Al playing himself. He shows up, and they're like, we're huge fans. And he says, what's the name of your band? And they say Garfunkel and Oates. And he gets belligerent about, do you understand how rude it is to mock hard-working artists like that?
Yeah.
Like, it's just
he's like, oh, you think it's funny belittling 2 rock and roll Hall of Famers?
Oh, it's so good.
He's like, and he does the line. He's like, comedy music is not about mocking talented artists. And he leaves so indignant, and they just look crushed that Al said this to them, as we all would.
Yeah,
as we all would.
If
as Al will do when he comes on our show and talks to us about I Want a New Duck.
I almost want to. I would never do this. But there's a part of me that almost wants to be like, Al, can you, when you come on our show, recreate the moment from WTF when Gallagher stormed out of his interview with Mark Maron like 40 minutes into it? I feel like it's the only way to end that interview.
And just with us, oh, come on, Al.
Yeah, Al just getting angry. We add in the sound of a door slamming like we're
storming out of the hotel room. Oh, God. Podcasting legend stories, guys. That's top tier stuff.
The fact that he released it, that's the best part. is that he's like, well, I recorded enough to release as an episode, so we'll just put it out
the
anyway.
earliest days of Maron's show, he clearly didn't care, and it was just those early episodes are just really him like hashing out beef with other comics.
It's so good.
Some of it is incredible.
The
stuff,
first like
man.
10 episodes, I think the first question is, so why did you hate me back then? Like, it's just-
yeah. Maron's like, so are we good? And people are like, kind of, I think. Like,
but that's it for the Garfunkel and Oates one.
that's it. But still really fun. And I agree with you. I'm familiar with Garfunkel and Oates, but I never watched this show, and I feel like I should have. So.
I also don't even know really where it aired. I don't know if it was a Comedy Central
one of
show,
those-
if it was like an AFI show that was like harder, or IFC. I don't think it was on AFI. I don't think it was on the
This
American
is a part
Film
of the
Institute.
AFI top list, yeah. Let's see. Oh, it was HBO.
Oh, it was an HBO show.
It was technically made as a specific HBO Go specific thing. This is so. You know what really happened here? I think they fell victim to this. Happened to a lot of people.
This is like a Quibi situation.
Exactly. It was a network that it was like, we're launching this new network and here's a show from it. And then the network thing didn't work out. HBO drops the HBO Go name and the show kind of like gets lost in
Yeah, I was
in
going to say,
limbo.
I don't even know if there was a way we could have watched this actual episode if we wanted to.
All new drinks are now at McDonald's. With refreshers like the Strawberry Watermelon Refresher and the Mango Pineapple Refresher with popping boba. To crafted sodas like the Sprite Berry Blast with berry flavors and cold foam. Who knew ice cold drinks could be so fire? Try them all now at McDonald's.
Refreshers contain caffeine. Copyright 2026, The Coca-Cola Company. Sprite is a registered trademark of The Coca-Cola Company.
This episode is brought to you by Prime. What if you had one more chance with the one that got away?
Sam,
You came home.
Based on the best-selling novel from Carly Fortune. Every year after follows childhood friends Sam and Percy as they reunite in the dreamy, nostalgic lakeside town of Barry's Bay.
love can be hard to find. So if you're lucky enough to find that person, never let go.
A second chance at first love. Every year after, now streaming only on Prime.
This summer, serve up the Cookout Classics, Kraft Mayo and Dressing. Toss green salads with delicious ranch dressing or zesty Italian. Serve smooth, craveably creamy potato salads with mayo. We all know it's not a cookout without Kraft.
Tomorrow morning is knocking. Stock your fridge now. How about a creamy mocha frappuccino drink? Or a sweet vanilla? Smooth caramel, maybe? Or a white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Find Starbucks Frappuccino drinks wherever you buy your groceries.
You thought this was your Run Club era. Turns out, it was more of a thinking about Run Club era. The good news? Someone's marathon training is about to start. Sell your workout gear on Depop. Just snap a few photos, and we'll take care of the rest. They get their race day fit, and you get a payout for trying. Someone on Depop wants what you've got. Start selling now. Depop, where taste recognizes taste.
In the darkest corners of the internet, a nameless, formless entity has been growing. No one dares question where it was created or what it wants, but those who have been entranced by its musings chant its blood-curdling name in unison. Horror Movie Night!
Find Horror Movie Night on your favorite podcasting app or at hmnpodcast.com.
Let's talk about Drunk History. So there will be another Drunk History appearance in the future, but I chose to stick to the one that actually is one that we missed.
Sure.
So in this one, we're getting told this story of during World War II, this boxing match between an American boxer and a German boxer, and Al, obviously, perfect casting choice, is Adolf Hitler.
Al gets to play Hitler. You know, it's funny because this starts and in the description, it says featuring Terry Crews and Weird Al Yankovic as the guests.
Yeah,
But
and
then
you
the
see
boxing
Terry
match-
Crews right away, and you're like, "Where's Al?"
But then, the boxing match starts between these guys, and Terry Crews is playing the American boxer, but then the German boxer is played by Tim Heidecker.
Yeah, not even getting a call out at all.
He's
in
not
the
even
notes.
referenced. I was like, that is, I guess that says something about the time this was made, that he is not
You
as
saw Tim
notable.
Heidecker? Because I saw Alex Jones. That's really weird how that works.
That's right. I hope we're all watching InfoWars. I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, Tim Heidecker. And so now it's a fake boxing match with Tim Heidecker and Terry Crews. I mean, that's good fun right there. And yes, and Al as Hitler. Oh,
ridiculous. I do have to ask, because I know people love the show. I never really got into Drunk History. Were you a Drunk History watcher or not really?
I didn't, when it became like a proper series, I didn't really follow it very much. But when it started as just like this, Funny or Die, I think it was Funny or Die originally. It was just like a sketch.
Yeah.
It felt like it was just like a random one-off thing that they did. And I saw some of those that I really, really liked. And then for whatever reason, once it became like an official series thing, I kind of didn't keep up with it. But there are some that I saw that I particularly loved. There's one, I'm trying to remember now. There was one where Michael Cera plays one of the... It's like an early like American colonial thing. There's a couple that I saw that I really loved.
Early on, I know I saw a bunch of them. But
they also definitely had to tone it down. Like when it became a proper series for Comedy Central, they definitely couldn't go quite as... Like when it was just the web series, they would just straight up show people, like people started puking on this thing because they had drank so much. And I think Comedy Central and the sponsors were like, hey, this is a funny concept, but we can't have people looking like they're about to be hospitalized because of how much they have been drinking for your show. And I think it lost a little bit of its charm in that sense. I'm not that I'm, now I seem like I'm
you
cruel,
heard
like
it here. Matt cannot
Hey,
wait
guys,
to see people. He has a vomit fetish, actually.
What I want is I want people committed to the bit enough that they're willing to hurt themselves in the name of comedy. Is that so much to ask?
Yeah, that's what I say for wrestling too.
See, you know what? That's a great parallel, Matt Kelly. Wrestling fans get it. Self-sacrifice is part of the job.
But yeah, this was fun enough. We do have another Drunk History coming up in a couple weeks to months.
One other fun shout out. One of the boxing announcer in that little sketch. I don't know the actor's name, but he's the guy who played BJ in Righteous Gemstones.
Oh,
amazing comedy actor. Like I'm not super familiar with him and other stuff, and I saw him a very small role in this little Drunk History bit, but I just was like, oh wow, shout out BJ Righteous Gemstones, fun appearance.
So now let's go to Mad. Mad, the animated TV series that played on Cartoon Network, developed by past guest of the show, Kevin Schnick. This episode is the Mad's 100th episode special, and it has not one but two segments where Al comes on and voices some characters. The first one, he is Superman. We get Al voicing Superman. What were your thoughts, Matt?
I was not familiar with this at all. This Mad TV, like essentially they're doing just like little mini parodies of other existing franchises. I had fun with this. I mean, I was delighted right away. The voice of oh boy, this is going to be another one of those like I should know the name of the character of Superman's father, and I don't know that name.
I don't have it in front of me.
Hey, okay, great. Sorry, nerds who are listening. I apologize, but Henry Winkler.
Oh, yeah. Henry Winkler's there.
As soon as he opened his mouth, that's one of those voices that I feel like, I swear, if I was in a crowded restaurant and I heard that voice across, I'd be like, that's Henry Winkler.
Yeah, your head
I know
would pop
exactly
up.
who that is.
What I appreciate about this show, just from the couple clips that I saw doing this, is one of my only beefs. I never really liked Mad TV. I wish that I liked Mad TV more than I did. And I think that they have an incredible roster of very talented actors whom I've loved in other things more than I ever loved them on Mad TV. But Mad TV, even though it is part of the brand, like I think they had to, like they are considered a sketch show inspired by Mad TV, by the Mad Magazine. It never felt Mad Magazine to me, ever, for 1 second. This oozes Mad TV. Like
much more than the sketch comedy show, which felt like they were just trying to compete with Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
And were not quite able to do that.
And that's going in knowing, like, listen, a lot of these jokes, and I mean a lot of these jokes, hit with a thud. You know what I mean? Like,
sure.
But so did Mad Magazine. And that's where I'm like, you know what? I can't hate that these jokes are failing because they are pulling so like straight out of the source material of how a mad joke is constructed that I'm like, go for it, dudes. You're killing it. Like this is like watching the magazine actually come to life. And I'm all on board for that. That's very, very cool.
It was fun. I enjoyed it. I liked the they making fun of. I didn't actually check the year that this came out. Is this after? This has to be after Man of Steel.
Yes, they're really going hard at Man of Steel. Yeah,
they're really making fun of the Man of Steel movie in this a whole lot, all the way down to like the big fight sequence towards the end. And Al is Superman. I don't know if we actually said.
I did say Al's
that
voice
Al
is Superman.
The voice. Yeah. Okay, good. Thank you. I was just making sure that was clear. And Al is Superman, and then the big like battle sequence at the end of that is interrupted by President Obama, who just announces to them, "It's like, you are doing far more damage than if you just the joke at the end of that movie about like these two guys fighting to save the Earth, and in the process basically destroy. They like hundreds of thousands of people die." In their just like haphazard battle, flying through buildings and destroying everything.
Yeah. But then Al comes back for Sanji and Krang, which is a mashup of Sanji and Craig and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, where Sanji adopts Krang from the pet shop. And he keeps telling him that all of his hopes and dreams can be achieved if he just helps kill the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I didn't really understand the source material of Sanji and Craig. I don't know what that is, but Al voicing Krang is a delight, I will say.
Sanjay and Craig is it's a Nickelodeon show that I had no familiar with. It aired from 2014 to 2016. Of course, had 60 episodes. But yeah, no awareness of this at all. So this is a really bizarre, like, clash between these different things, like a franchise I have never heard of colliding with the Ninja Turtles. This was a little bit hard for me to follow, but that's fine.
Yeah, I definitely preferred the Superman one.
I literally, this is actually just fun to say because as I took notes, this is how little awareness I had of what this was. I wrote Sanjay and Krang, Al is Krang, Ninja Turtles. That's all I wrote down for that entire episode. Not that it's particularly long, but yeah, I mean, I enjoyed the Superman more. I thought it was a funnier sort of spoof, but maybe that's because I just don't know what this.
Yeah,
I don't really know this franchise at all.
Yeah, neither one of us has the starting point that's necessary. I'm going to have to ask you a question here because
Ask me a question.
I watched all of these as I was sending you the clips. Mm-hmm. I have no memory of what was the Funny or Die segment that I sent you. I have that he was in an episode of Funny or Die, but I have no memory of what that clip was that I sent.
Oh, it's the Weird Al gets shot in the head.
Oh my God, that was so good. Okay,
so good. I think it's actually called Weird Al Gets Shot in the Head.
Yeah, I mean, it's clearly like a small chunk of something much bigger that was happening on Funny or Dies Presents.
Yes.
But it looks like there is a bank robbery in process. And to kind of cool down the situation and give in to some of the demands of the robbers, they bring out Weird Al Yankovic. And it's this beautiful moment where he's like, he's going to debut a new parody. And like this song starts playing and you're kind of like, what song is this? Like you're leaning in to try to figure out like what parody is Al about to sing. And he does not even get a single word out before a gunshot goes off in the back of his skull, just blows out. And then
it's a little instrumental thing that's like you don't fully recognize. Like, ooh, what's this going to be? It really got me good. Even with it, the name of the bit is Weird Al Gets Shot in the Head, and I was like, oh, this is cool. And then a song is about to start, and he just again immediately gets shot. It's very, very bloody.
It does its job though. It's so. Like you said, even with it being named what it's named, there's like a part of you that's like, well, certainly it's not going to happen until he sang a little bit. Like
exactly.
You can't bring Weird Al in and not have him sing a song.
but then as a result, like these guys accidentally kill Al, and then even the guys, the robbers, are like going to each other. And one of the hostage holders, I guess, or whatever you want to call him, is Rob Hubel.
Yeah.
Another. I did not recognize the other robbers in this, but like they're just like, oh my God, you shot Weird Al, and then the hostage negotiator is like, oh, you've gone too far. And he starts like, you motherfuckers, you're not gonna get away with it. What you done to Al? Oh God, it was really good and very it's a minute long, but that's worth a quick watch. Even though Al does not say a word.
No,
not a word,
not a single, not even an utterance.
No, he just stands there and gets shot. Oh, it's great.
And then the last quick little Al appearance is fucking nightmare fuel.
My God,
it is back at the barnyard. An episode called Get Bessie, a Beautiful Freddy. I don't know which one of these segments this clip is from, but the animals from the barnyard are breaking into someone's house, and it turns out that they're breaking into the home of Weird Al Yankovic. And this awkward CGI animated Weird Al might be the most terrifying Al has ever looked in any segment of anything I've ever seen.
It is really, really upsetting. It reminds me of is there a connection between this and I'm not even gonna remember what movie it is, but this is is it Illumination, the studio that makes the
No, so this is a spinoff of the movie Barnyard, which was one of the first Nickelodeon animated feature films released to theaters.
Wow. See, I've never even I have no awareness of this at all.
So I will say, if anybody's looking for a good hour-long laugh, we've had one of these hosts on the show, Robert Bacon, for his podcast, Adam Sandler, Please Stop. They did, after they finished all the Adam Sandler movies, they did Kevin James movies. Kevin James is the voice of the main cow in Barnyard. That episode specifically is one of, if not the funniest episodes of Adam Sandler, Please Stop, because this movie, from all accounts, I have not sat down and watched it, but their explanation of this movie, it sounds like a fever dream to watch. It is really out there. I know that at one point, it's also a musical.
Wow.
And at one point, but it's a jukebox musical. No original songs written, just animals singing songs you know. And, oh my God, what's his name? Amazing Beard narrates The Big Lebowski.
Sam Elliott.
Sam Elliott is the voice of his cow dad, who, when he's about to be murdered by a bunch of wolves, sings Tom Petty's I Won't Back Down before he gets murdered. It's seems so on the nose.
Kevin James, Courtney Cox, Sam Elliott, Danny Glover, Wanda Sykes, Andy McDowell, and David Koechner. That's amazing. It made $116 million.
Yep. Enough to get a TV show.
2006, came out to negative reviews. That's great. It looks like, that's what I was saying, it looks like those Sing, it has that animation style to it, which those are movies I don't see. I wasn't sure if it was part of that.
No,
world, but it's just...
Sing is in the Illumination. I think this was a very short run of them attempting to do their own hey, we can go up against Disney and Pixar and and DreamWorks, and I mean it made money, but clearly not nearly enough. But yeah,
that's crazy. It also seems like, am I right about it? Is it Otis? Is the Kevin James is Otis in the movie, but in the series, Otis is voiced by Chris Hardwick.
Yep. Of course it is. Maybe that's how they got Al.
Of course it is. Yeah, maybe. Actually, you know what? That is probably, now that you say it out loud, almost certainly that's part of the,
I'm sure.
Oh, we need a guest? Let's call Weird Al.
Yeah, I got Al's number. All right, so let's end with something that is, I wish that it was as good of how big of a deal it is, which is the 2-episode run of Transformers Animated, where Al voices Wreck-Gar, a transformer made out of garbage and a dump truck. And, the most noteworthy thing about this, I remember hearing about this for years that Al voices a Transformer after obviously being, the soundtrack of Transformers the movie with the song Dare to Be Stupid.
Yep.
And that he says, I am Wreck-Gar and I dare to be stupid. Kind of clunkily to get that reference in there, I'm not gonna lie, but
yes,
that is, we're gonna talk about both appearances that he had, but that is the most noteworthy thing that you need to know about Wreck-Gar is that they get Al to say he dares to be stupid on this Transformers show.
Yes, he does. It's a fun, I like the performance. Like, Al essentially just wakes up as this trash robot, but he does not know who he is.
Yeah.
And so he starts going around asking like who he is and what he does, and basically everything everyone says to him, he is just like, okay.
Yeah, he's susceptible to it. He's just like,
yes.
All right, I'm that now.
Yes, exactly. So he's just like, oh, I am a garbage robot. My job is to deliver garbage, and he misunderstands, and he just starts leaving garbage everywhere he goes. It was pretty fun. I didn't mind watching this. I don't know. Transformers is not a franchise that I have any affinity for at all.
And I think that's my problem too, is I'm like, this is fine. I like the animation style. There was a couple, like, I smiled and I chuckled, but ultimately I also was just like, yeah, it's fine.
It's fine. At the end of the episode, like, he basically he starts out like being friendly, but then he kind of gets convinced that he actually is a bad. They're like, oh, you're not. He's because one of the Autobots says to him like, you're not an Autobot, you're just a garbage machine. And he's like, oh, okay. And then he finds the Decepticons. They're like, are you an Autobot? And he's like, no, I'm not an Autobot, because he's just repeating what he was told.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, then you must be a Decepticon. So he keeps switching sides and going from good to bad. And then by the end, he becomes the hero and destroys the nanobot garbage eating things before they destroy the whole city. I don't know. It's a little bit convoluted, but
and I guess that here's the weird thing, and I'm curious if you'll agree with me on this.
Sure.
If you had asked me before we watched a bunch of this content, do you think any of these shows might convince you to watch the whole show? I was like, I don't know, maybe the Transformers animated, and I would have thought that like Word Girl would have been the one that I could not wait to be over. And ultimately, I'm like, man, Word Girl's kind of the one that's sticking the most to the front of my brain as being like really good.
Word Girl feels like a solid show based on what we saw. It feels like it's well written and yeah, just generally well done. The Transformers thing, it's fun hearing Al do this, and I think he does a really good.
He's great at it.
He's a great voice actor. Like, his performance in this role is fun, and he's very charming as this dumb robot who is just trying to help and doesn't really know what else to do. He gets to throw in his Dare to Be Stupid line, which is, it's fan service for sure, but fine. It's cool.
Hey,
it's
I love
nothing wrong with that.
I love some fan service.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no beef for me.
But I was struck at the end of the first episode, he saves the day by taking these like garbage eating things and putting them in his like backpack, his robot backpack or whatever the heck it is, which then starts to devour him. And he winds up, you think he's dead at first. Like, he saves the day, but like sacrifices himself to do it. And then at the end of the episode, it shows him trapped at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
Like, asking the fish for help. And I was like, wow, this is like a dark ending for this character. like truly, like, trapped at the bottom of the ocean. Like, it's really like not okay.
Yeah. It's I agree. Very dark ending to it. But then he comes back.
It turns out he's fine. It just took him a while to get back out of the bottom of the ocean.
But there is, I was in, I kept, at this point, it was like 10:30 at night. So I was like, let's just get through this, mode. But I do like the conceit of this episode, which is like the Autobots are now human beings. And the girl who is like part of the team is like, I need new Transformers to fix this. And she's basically getting the B and C squad.
She gets the B team together. And they're like, you guys are going to be the new Autobots. And of course, one of those is Wreck-Gar.
And like, it is, once he shows up, it is like the Wreck-Gar show. Like,
yes. He is the star of this episode for sure.
Like, they are just like all in on this. He must have been such a runaway hit when that first episode came out for people.
Yes, absolutely.
Because
I'm sure they were like, oh, we got to bring him back at some point in time.
Yeah, because it does feel like, all right, he's back, and he's kind of just doing the thing. He's doing the bit from the last time.
Well, the great little extra Al reference they throw in here is, so there is another robot bad creature thing that is playing. It seems like it's hypnotizing people with music, right? It's playing something that's hypnotizing the Autobots to be bad.
Yeah.
Is that basically it? Something like that.
Something.
And of course, Retgar is like, I know what I'll do. I'll drown out your music with my own. And of course, what does Retgar pull out but an accordion?
Yeah, he does.
And he gets one single squeeze before like this bird robot thing comes and snatches it away. And, he doesn't get to do that. But yeah, they get Weird Al references in twice, one for each episode. So, and that second one, again, a little bit, thrown in there, but whatever. It's fine. It's fun.
It's not, it is what it is. I enjoyed it. I will never revisit it. It's basically where I landed.
I've never, Transformers is just one of those things that I just did not, I never had the phase, never really cared. I remember seeing one of those Michael Bay movies at the theater and saying to myself, never again. It's just not for me. It's not my thing.
Yeah. I mean, I probably saw more of the Michael Bay movies than I care to admit. That was more by having a lot of friends who were big Transformers guys in college. And
we
being
get it,
like,
Matt Kelly. You have friends.
I have friends. But,
you go to the movies with friends. We get it.
You know what it's like in college? It's like everyone else is going to the movies. What the hell am I going to do? Just sit in the basement by myself? I might as well join them and I'll get some diner food afterwards.
I'll tell you right now, if there's ever a Retgar spin-off series, that you got my full attention on that, because I do like Retgar. Retgar seems cool. The rest of it, I could leave, but Retgar, I'm into him.
Yeah, I agree. And Matt, we did it. We caught up to where we needed to on
that was all
TV
of the
appearances.
Oh my gosh, so many different random Al appearances, but it's fun. It's I even as sometimes these feel really disjointed, and it's just like you're dropped. The Transformers one is actually the best. Like you just dropped into this world. It's like I don't know what is going on here, but it's fun seeing Al in all these different contexts. Yeah,
I'm into it.
Me too.
And Matt, we're going to celebrate an anniversary next week, so everybody needs to stay tuned.
Oh gosh, all right. I'm gonna go get your cake orders in now.
You're listening to the Geekscape Network.